At 11 years in a row.
All right, today much the same as yesterday.
Yeah, but changes on the way. More heat expected, right, Alana?
Oh, that heat's going to keep building. We kind of battled that throughout the weekend. Hot, dry, windy conditions, very ripe fire concerns, and we're still breezy at times. This is the ABC4 Studio Colonial Flag Tower camera, where you can see just a few clouds out there, and the winds, well, they're relaxing a little bit, but they've been gusting in Salt Lake and the West Desert, and of course, that leads to fire danger, something we've monitored closely. But now we also have storms in the mix, and as we get through the next couple of days, the breeze is going to hold on. The heat makes a big comeback. High pressure will flex for a portion of the state, but we've got pockets of moisture as well. Another monsoon push out there with tropical remnants dropping a decent amount of moisture with some cells. This is what it looked like near Lake Powell today. Thanks for Brody sending us this photo, but you can see that thunderstorm activity. They saw a decent amount of lightning, and we know that monsoon push bringing those storms in with a new flash flood warning for Kane County until 7:30. Now this does include slot canyons in the area, but look at these strong storms. This line of storms is moving from south to north. It does bring the potential for brief heavy rain, a decent amount of lightning, and gusty winds. Flood, very possible. On top of that, a debris flow. So we're watching these closely. They're moving over the Grand Staircase area. So we know that Boulder Mountain, definitely going to see some storm activity. Those storms continue north towards the I-70 corridor, Loa, Bryce Canyon country, and then south central Utah on the eastern side of the state kind of peppered in with isolated activity. This push means business. And as we kind of take a step back on the satellite radar, you're able to see where it's coming from. Monsoon flow here with Bonnie, these are remnants of Bonnie kind of coming in, which is why the potential for some heavy brief rain is definitely there. We see as those storms continue to track towards Castle Country, that moisture wants to surge north. But this in south central Utah could cause an issue. It's west of Capitol Reef, and we know a couple of roads in those areas could easily flood, so a heads up. Chance of a thunderstorm into tomorrow. Well, it's a little further north because of that moisture continuing to push north. The eastern side of the state will stay active. You've heard about the heat throughout the country because of that ridge of high pressure in the central United States. Well, it retrogrades a little as we kind of make it through this week, and we're going to be underneath that ridge with hot conditions. On top of that, the winds don't really want to relax. That amps up fire danger, and tomorrow that elevated risk in the West Desert, where we're going to stay windy as well as hot, and we already have dry fire fuels, which we saw over the weekend. Any flames will spread quickly, especially in an elevated risk area. Let's look at the timing of these storms here as we head into tonight. West Utah staying gusty, these staying active with our skies in eastern Utah. The potential for nocturnal storms is there. South of Uinta County, in and around I-70 and over the state line. Active skies near Lake Powell will hold on for another day. As we roll into tomorrow, that moisture surges a little further north into east central Utah, so Castle Country and over the Uintas, where you have the potential of some stronger storms. The winds are going to hold on in the West Desert and along the Wasatch Front, where we're gusty, and the heat, well, that's not going to go anywhere either. A little drier as we roll into Thursday, but isolated activity will be there. Southwestern Wyoming's part of that, and the temperatures will jump. So we're looking at triple digits making a return. Now, we do have blowing dust, and tomorrow we anticipate several northern Utah counties seeing elevated particulate matter. So moderate air quality out there, and the possibility of flash flooding for Arches, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, and the Swell as those storms in eastern Utah continue to roll through. 90s for tomorrow, 96 in Moab, 80s and 90s for the I-15 corridor. And the heat returns in St. George, where the average is 101, and we get to that by Thursday. The sun will be out, the winds come back, blowing dust possible as we head towards the weekend. And don't be surprised if fire messaging pops back up. Red flag warnings will likely come back as the winds increase. Check out the Wasatch Front. Yep, triple digit potential. It's there with breezy conditions. Will cool off ever so slightly for the latter half of the weekend, but the heat means business and fire danger. Well, that's something we're going to battle for the next several months. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
All right, definitely a hot one ahead. Thanks so much, Alana. Appreciate that. Turning out to sports and Dana Green.
All right.